Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you how to build a Lego rover. During the month of February, there is an interesting sort of challenge that goes in the Lego community, which is Febrovery, where members of the community build very awesome rovers. There's a very interesting article on Brick Nerd that I recommend you to read about the history behind Febrovery. The article is written by Andreas Lenander, which, by the way, also participate to Febrovery with some amazing builds. I also recommend you to check out Frost. Here you can see a selection of his rovers on Instagram. I will put all the link for the thing that I mentioned just now down in the description below. But now let's see first what is the setup. So to create the picture and the terrain that I have in this build, you can see here my black background into my light box with a sheet of paper on top. So this is how I'm gonna build today. Now in front of me you can see a selection of parts from which I started to build my rover. So here we have these yellow parts that are actually part from a Lego set 60264, which is an ocean exploration submarine, and I think these were the pieces that I wanted to build the rover around. In particular, this one has wheels. As you can see, I only have 3 of these because one is still on display at the Lego house and it will be there till September, I think. So I need to find a solution to make a 4th wheel for this rover. Another thing I wanted to use is this nice canopy piece. I don't know exactly from which set it comes, but I thought it's pretty cool. And I also wanted to find a way to use this strap bracelet from one of the recent Lego dots. And I think this will dictate also the color combination of my rover. So let's start to build and let's start from the wheels. So we need to add a little bit of decoration. So I decided to add some transparent dishes here on the outside part of the wheels. And for the 4th wheel, I'm gonna just use one of these. This is gonna be the back side, so it's not gonna be seen. I'm gonna build a structure underneath. So we are gonna build upside down basically. So here I have some rounded surface with a little bit of additional details. And here we are basically creating the bottom of the rover, and then we can use one of these to complete the back side. Now, how do we attach the wheels? Here I create another structure. First we need to put this, make this a little bit stronger. So here I use one of these sort of horse carriage kind of thing with some Technic parts. We are gonna attach this at the back here, at the bottom, at the back and at the front. So here this gives us the chance to have a point of connection for the wheels. There's gonna be a few illegal techniques in this build, so bear that in mind. So for example, here I attach the dish, so there's not gonna be a full connection with the Technic brick over here. It's not gonna go sliding through all the way because otherwise we cannot have the space for the dish. But I think it's gonna be good enough. At the back here we are gonna add another support for the wheels, to which I attach this interesting arch piece that was from my collection when I was a kid. So I'm not sure exactly from which set these kind of things come. This is a very old part. You can let me know in the comments down below if you know from where that part is coming from. So here you can see already we have a nice interesting angle. We can add one wheel on this side. Just give me a second. Okay. Of course, when I'm recording, I always make some mistakes. And then another one on the other side. And this, as I said, is not gonna be seen. So here you can see already we have the main structure. And now we need to add the main accent color, which is this blue bracelet. This is gonna just slide into that little gap over there and then go in front. That's why I use this rounded shape inside so that I can put this in that gap, and this is gonna be basically a sort of seat for the astronaut. Now we want to add the astronaut as well. So this is the astronaut I'm using. I added a panel here at the bottom so that I can stretch a little bit the strap, putting the panel in between the gap between the strap and the round brick. Okay, so this will allow me to make a more oval shape over there. And then at the back I can use this other part to close everything off. This is also not a good technique because the pin actually have a little bit of extra space over here. So the connection is okay, but as you can see, there is a little bit of gap, it cannot close fully. So this is another illegal technique. Before we close everything on top with the canopy, I want to add another detail at the front. So here I'm going to add this brick with 2 holes, to which I'm going to add this other sort of claw thing that come with the submarine that I'm just going to slide in. Again, this is not actually connected because those are actually axles. So this is just going to sit there, but it looks like this rover we're going around, it can actually move or pick some of the terrain in front. So for example, we can add little bits of land in front of it, and it's going to be looking like it's going to collect something on the way. Now we just need to add the canopy. Again, this is not connected. It's going to sit in there, but this one will give a little bit of friction, so it's not going to be moving, and plus this will block it from fall over. So it's actually not so bad. Of course, I'm not going to flip it around, otherwise many things might fall apart, but I think it worked pretty well. Now, the rover is done, actually almost done. I think we need to add a little bit of extra details on top. So instead of the studs there, here we can add some sort of communication dish and another jumper over here with a little bit of the accent color again. So now definitely it become a little bit more interesting. Now we have a nice sort of Moon, Mars kind of terrain with this colorful rover, but I think to make the scene complete we need to add a little bit of details. So as you can see, I already added a few bits of terrain, and we can add a little bit more. And I also wanted to add a little bit of fluorescent parts like this. And also I wanted to add a little bit of bigger land with a little bit of water. So this is what I created. So this is gonna be sort of like this. So here we have a little bit of kind of little waterfall with some little oasis and a few more transclear fluorescent green pieces to create this alien sort of terrain. And then we are gonna add also a sort of tree. So what I created is this. So I use a white trunk and all these lavender purple kind of details. We are gonna attach this to a modified brick at the bottom, and then with a bracket we are gonna make it part of this terrain. We are just gonna connect it over here, slide it in. Let me bring it a little bit closer so I can go in, push it down, and now we have our completed scene for my sort of, how should we call it, a strap rover, a bracelet rover. I don't know. If you have a cool, interesting name for it, let me know in the comments down below. Please remember to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. That will be very, very helpful for my channel. If you want to see some of my build, one video that I recommend you to watch is my Iron Man Tony Stark office vignette. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao, ciao.